Hey everybody, Big Toad here. Let's draw an Unquillosaurus. Let's start by sketching out the body real lightly so we can erase the lines we don't want. Kind of looks like a potato. Then we can put the tail on, swoop it back. This dinosaur is believed to have had feathers, so we'll put some feathers on the end of that tail. Just mark it with little light lines. Now we can move up to the neck. It's going to curve up. From the bottom, we're going to curve it up. The chest sticks out a little bit, and we'll touch up that neck and ease it up in there and put that line up the middle of the neck like it's looking back. And then for the head, let's draw an egg on top. Let's put his snout on. There we go, like a duck there. Flat out the top. And work on that lower jaw now. Let's get his mouth way wide open. Let's finish the mouth and put a little dot up there for the eyeball. We can sketch in the front shoulder. That shoulder comes back. That arm's going to look a little bit like a bird and a lizard, with sharp claws coming out the end of it and feathers on the back side of that arm. Half bird, half reptile looking arm. Now the back leg looks more like a chicken leg coming off there. Draw in the big leg where it hits the body. We come down and we got a knobby knee there, and down into some talons with very sharp claws. We'll sketch in some long toes and put a little webbing between that. A little claw on the ankle there. Now the other leg, it's sticking out forward a little bit more as he walks. Bend that knee forward like a bird's leg. And the foot with the sharp talons. Now the other front arm or wing with big long claws coming down off of it. It will have some feathers on it as well, hanging backwards off those claws. So we'll make the edges roughly like feathers. And touch up the mouth a little.
Hey everybody, don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up.
Now let's take our black and outline the nose, that beak. Work a little bit on the eyeball. I'm going to put some tall feathers coming off the top of his head and down the back of his head. They'll start to disappear as we get closer to the neck. And smooth the neck down. Now let's finish that jaw and the lower jaw. Draw that in, cut it back, and that line comes up there to the bottom of the jaw. Let's put a tongue in there hanging out a little bit. Nice long and slender tongue. And some little teeth on the top jaw. And just a few little teeth on the bottom jaw. Color in black at the back of the throat. I'm going to put a skinny line on the top jaw and on the bottom jaw to kind of make it look like lips there. And then put a little circle around the eyeballs and mark off the nose, and then we can start over the back. And again, feathery back, jagged like feathers, down to the tail, and then it kind of gets a little smoother down at the tail, right up to the tip. And then we'll do the other part of the tail up to the tip, and we'll start putting those feathery looks on the end of it with just little lines. Let's do the front shoulder. There we go, and we're going to have feathery edge here too. See the little feathers, so we'll make that kind of jagged. It doesn't have to be even, just jagged. And the front of the shoulder, and that side there comes down where the claw is. So we'll mark that off, a little knobby there, and then start drawing them little skinny claws. And we'll put the claws on the end. And now finish off that feather look there. Let's do the chest. And that neckline there. Now that other front arm with its long claws and talons and the feathers coming off at the back there. We can start on the other leg. Bring it down there. Right down again to the foot. Again, we have those long skinny toes with the claws on them. And back up there. You can't see the whole leg. It's behind the other one. The claw inside that ankle and then to the other leg. A big chicken leg there. And a knobby knee Down to that ankle, right there where that claw is. You see that claw, and then down to the long skinny toes, and we'll do the webbing between it. And the claws.
Big Toad here. Stay tuned and we'll color that drawing.
If you stay tuned, we're going to color this dinosaur. And we'll use different colors of brown, light brown, and darker browns. And maybe you've got crayons or watercolors or markers, but just use the colors you think will work best. You can use any kind of color you want, purples or reds or orange, it doesn't matter, it's your dinosaur, make it how you want it. Try to start with your lighter colors first, so you can put the darker ones over the top, that always works better. And I'm going around touching up little spots around the edges, cleaning it up a little bit. I'm going to color over that light blue stripes, get rid of those. Those were just sketching marks to help me finish my dinosaur. I'm going to put some lighter color, a light white, along the tip of those feathers. They're getting lighter down towards the end of the feathers. You can actually go darker on the end of your feathers. It doesn't matter. It's your dinosaur. We don't know what color feathers he had. So just choose the colors you want. And if you don't like it, then draw another one of these and color it differently until you find one that's your favorite. There we go. We'll do some light patches where the sun's hitting it maybe. I'm going to drop some darker color on the legs, and then I'm going to clean those up a little bit around the edges again, get rid of some of that blue, and we'll put those long fingers, make them dark as well to match the legs. I'm going to touch them up a little bit here and there, and have fun with this. This is your dinosaur, you color them how you want. Enjoy the coloring process. I'll put some lighter highlights on the legs, so they're just not a solid blob of dark brown. Take this color and put some on wings and around edges, or little shadows on the side of the wing there. You just barely see it, and maybe a little bit on its back. Let's color that back in a little darker. Some darker feathers, and then behind this wing, and now on the top of the wing. See, I'm just using these various colors and places to provide some shading and some texture for his feathers, for his skin, so he doesn't look like a solid blob. You can do that with your crayon just by pressing harder or lighter, but on my drawing pad I need to be a little more creative, but you can as well. See, we got that dark going in there now, looking good. Now dark patch on the neck, a little dark above the wing, now on that wing behind the body there, put some dark there. It's a little shaded because it's dark, and I'm going to put a little light on the edge of that as well. Now I'll put some dark on that neck and put some light in there. See how I'm coloring out to the tip of that jaw. Got some dark there. The mixing of the lights and the darks makes your dinosaur look a little more real. Again, you can do that by pressing harder or lighter with a crayon, or by using different color markers, or what have you. I'll put some color around that eye. Put some color down that beak and across the bridge of the nose. And now the tip of the nose, make it dark. Use some nice dark black there. And we'll put a little darker patch on the nose and then color that back in there. Get rid of some of that blue. Using that darker brown, I'm going to put some feathers in. Just little lines on the back of the head. And maybe some on the wing down there, and the edge of that wing and the front wing. And now see, on that chest. Now down a little stripe down the other wing. It gives it that texture. Color a little bit on that tail. And I'm going to get a little more reddish color and do the tongue. And up in the mouth area and those lips, just to make it stand out just ever so slightly. And there's my Unquillosaurus. This is the Big Toad, and I am out.